Von Miller has given an update on his knee injury on the Voncast, brought to you by Bleacher Report. I do not believe or know if Von will be joining us tomorrow. Nonetheless, happy to hear that it's not as severe as we had thought it was. Von Miller said on the Voncast that he does have some lateral meniscus damage that will have to be addressed, but he feels like he can play through it. He's going to let the swelling go down for about 7 to 10 days, and hopefully right before the Jets game, he'll be back. They play the Jets next week. They play tomorrow night against the Patriots. Short week, probably wasn't going to play with any type of injury at all, let alone a lateral meniscus. Hopefully he'll be back by next week. He's been a game changer for the Bills. Whenever we saw him go down in Detroit on that terrible turf.
I know.
The worst in the league.
Come on.
Just disgusting turf. And then we saw a lot of people tweet and react. We thought maybe that was the end of the year for Von Miller. He's in such great shape that he has a lateral meniscus tear. I assume he'll be back by the end of it. That is a painful thing. I have very limited amount of experience doing what Von Miller has done. I've made 24 tackles. Okay, let's not get crazy. I've had to run more than 5 steps a few times on a football field, but certainly not every single time I lined up did I have to be explosive and rip and everything like that. That is a massive, painful thing, and it catches. I've had a torn meniscus through a season. Walking up and down steps is a fucking nightmare. His season is going to suck. It's going to be very painful, but it is a pain tolerance and swelling type thing that I think Von Miller will be able to take care of and be back for. I don't know if he'll be the exact same because it is very painful, but this is good news for the Buffalo Bills team.
Definitely, because they're going to need him. And kind of like what A-Rod said yesterday, even Von Miller at 70% is better than most guys. So that's great news after seeing the injury. I thought it, could have been bad getting carted off, but glad to hear that news.
Yeah, I think so too. You ever done a meniscus or anything?
Never.
It's just annoying. It's like very annoying.
Yeah.
Because you'll be going good. Like it won't even be a thing. And then just out of nowhere, boom, knife, stab into your knee. It's just like, holy fuck. The meniscus, I believe, is the part in between the two things that kind of, is a like a foam almost, like a buffer or foam. There's a new surgery allegedly in Germany where they actually can put a new one in. That'd be groundbreaking and game changing if that was the case. I don't know if it's real, if it was just a report on the internet that was a lie. That'd make a lot of people's lives a lot better. Those who have meniscus issues normally just have to deal with problems throughout the rest of their life with soreness and everything like that. But yeah, it's a buffer in between the two parts there. And whenever it has a little tear, it can get a little catchy, a little rigid, and then it feels like a knife is being stabbed into your knee out of nowhere. Up and down steps, because you have to bend a little bit more, is whenever it'll catch. Also, weight bearing at different parts it is, but it is fully your knee is still fully functioning. It is just a god-awful pain. If I had to do what Von did, I would not have made it through a season. So if Von does it, I have nothing but the utmost respect. Now, that is a surgery, depending on how torn it is. They could go in and get him back 4 or 5 weeks. I think it's one of those. Depending upon the severity of it. What's that?
Toradol?
Toradol definitely helps. Yeah, Toradol would definitely help. His Tuesdays are going to be much worse than they have been, though, once that Toradol kind of wears off. Once your body no longer has the natural warmth from the Toradol, you actually feel it, like, exit your body, and it's like, oh, no.
Oh, shit.
Everything that was hurt before is still hurt, and maybe even worse there. I don't know how you guys played actual positions of having to move. I just had my knees in, which I had to take care of. Toradol definitely will help him, but it's going to be a long season for Von Miller. And how lucky are the Patriots not having to deal with fucking Von Miller on Thursday night all of a sudden?
Love it. It's perfect. It's just like Bill drew it up, you could say. And let's also remember, we were just talking about how Lane Johnson was lucky enough to play on grass. Like, if that were to happen on the Lions game, what happened to Lane when Amos went low on him, he's probably out for the year. Like, that's why every field should be grass. What are we talking about?
Super turf.
No, because remember that one, what was that puppet? Worked at ESPN. What was his name?
Pinocchio.
Maziano?
He was hosting this morning.
He was.
He's not a puppet. Not him. Well, he was during the CBA negotiation. Remember, that's where it all started. Somebody said that the NFL studies, independent studies, have Seifert?
Oh, Kevin Seifert.
Kevin Seifert, right? And puppet is a rude thing to say, but it surely sounded like he was just parroting exactly what he was told to say as a report, because there was a lot of conversation starting about the turf versus grass field. Now, I will say, as a loud program, We have been on this for a long time, calling for the grass fields. Yeah. It has seemingly gotten louder and louder with more injuries happening on primetime games to big-time players, which is affecting not only just the games in which the players are hurt, but entire seasons for people. And it seems at this point of the NFL, now I know the Cincinnati Bengals just got an indoor practice facility, and it's not an indoor practice facility, it's a fucking bubble that every high school in basically all of Ohio and any Texas and Pennsylvania has at this point of the game. But it's good news for the players. We're at the state of the NFL with the business-wise, with the amount of money that's coming into the NFL, that could be afforded. Grass could be afforded. Proper fields could be afforded for every team. Now, fans are going to say, you're lucky to play in the NFL. And Edgerrin James, who is a throwback player, was like, man, you put me on dirt, concrete, I'll play. We get that. I think there's a lot of players that will play on fucking whatever to get money and make a living and be in the NFL. But with where the NFL is, there's no reason for them to even risk losing a Von Miller, who just got paid $160-some million, who's going to be on a team that's going to be on primetime the rest of the day. Is there any reason to potentially jeopardize having him not playing in the big games, one of the game's biggest stars, because fucking cheap-ass turf was used in a stadium and he got fucking hurt on it? Now, I'm not saying it's directly the turf, but the turf is an alarmingly correlation to some people getting fucking hurt and injured and missing games. So if you can have grass and you have the capability and the means to have grass to take care of your product, which inevitably takes care of your business, I don't know why you wouldn't do it. But it seems to be a full conversation. And I think Seifert said, independent studies show that there is no correlation between turf having more injuries than grass or whatever. But then every single player that's ever played in the NFL says, put us on grass. Yeah. Our bodies are much better on grass. And then Seifert comes out and goes, no, independent study says that what they're saying is not real at all. It's like every motherfucker that has ever played in the NFL says grass is much better for our joints. We feel much better after games. It doesn't feel like we're running on concrete and playing whenever we're trying to fly 22 miles an hour and hit into other people. It's like you have the capability to do it. You have the funds to do it. Why not do it? Zoom out a little bit and think long term. I don't know why that isn't the case right now.
Makes too much sense. Like you said, we've been on it from the beginning. And when you mentioned big game, think about Odell in the Super Bowl, like just running across the turf. And obviously he's missed this whole season, but he's one of the most popular players.
150 million people watching.
Yeah. Just running a normal crossing route this last week. Eddie Jackson coming out of the post for the Bears, routine break, boom. He's probably got a Liz Frank injury out for the year. So I mean, and like you said, you talk to every player. Like I don't care what you're talking about, Cypher. Every player you talk doing, hey, can we practice on grass? Can we do this? Can we play on grass? Like that's what you want.
What did they say? Somebody said they would rather practice on grass in like 30-degree weather or something like that, or 35-degree weather, as opposed to in the bubble where it's like 70. Give us the freezing cold, not freezing, because then it's just the exact same.
45.
Yeah, give us right above freezing on the grass as opposed to in the bubble, even if we're playing indoor next week. Even if we're playing indoor, give us the 38, 40-degree grass for our knees as opposed to going inside.
Didn't Aaron say that?
Yes,
so.
Literally
everyone.
Every human has said that now that plays in the NFL. Yeah, it's just it's a fucking interesting thing, and I don't know why they Premier League.
Exactly.
All the big teams, and now they run right. Soccer is like 7-8 miles of running, and I would assume all the soccer players get knees fill up on grass. Hey Nick, hey Nick, can we run?
Grass is nice, ain't it?
Hey Nick. And then their fucking owners are like, yeah, probably smart. We keep these guys around longer, keep them healthier, have them play in our big games, have them play more minutes in our big games. Yeah, we should just invest in this fucking thing that they have created where the grass somehow has like fake sun shining on it from the bottom and a water thing happening. Like the science experiments that we've all had have worked. Yeah. They've gotten to the point where they can grow this grass on a cement bottom with the exact feel as and it can just pick up and move. Like, we have the technology. I think it should happen, personally. Yeah. And I assume Von Miller's going to talk about that at some point because he has pointed out the supergrass.
Yeah, supergrass.
Which is what we are talking about in this entire thing.
But it's probably never going to happen where it's going to be uniform, right? Because, like, now every new stadium that gets built, for the most part, they use field turf. Like
every one of them.
Like, there's not even a thought that they're going to put natural grass in.
The Vegas one is grass, right?
Yep.
That's supergrass?
That's supergrass,
okay,
yeah.
But
is that the Cardinals
that's
like
the
supergrass?
Cardinals
Yes.
one, where out there, they do, or they can walk it outside and.
SoFi spends $4.5 billion extra over budget.
Yeah.
And then doesn't put why?
That makes no sense.
Makes no sense.
I don't know why you wouldn't.
30 stadiums, 16 have grass.
One of those is Soldier Field, though, and that doesn't count
Why not?
because that's the worst grass. That's
We
worse
just
than
changed
turf.
it this year. It's a lot
And
better.
New York said they're switching to grass. Next
They had to.
season,
MetLife has
I
caused.
think next
Yeah.
season.
MetLife has done a lot of damage to a lot of
Last
people's
year.
knees.